Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. What's up, YouTube? I missed you guys. Listen, I am here for a quick review for Love and Marriage DC Season 1, Episode 3, No New Friends. I am still enjoying the show. And I'd love to know if you guys can put it down below. Are you enjoying the show? Do you just feel like, Before we get into it really good, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's important, right? Like, you guys know it's important. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscription bell, okay? Also, comment down below. Down below, we drag, okay? Professionally, spiritually, holistically, and efficiently, okay? So comment down below. Listen, the show picks up back at the vegan dinner party, which everyone insists on calling the vegan dinner, the vegan dinner, the vegan dinner. Like, it is, to me, it's so déclassé to act like you're not used to anything. Like, it just drives me crazy with my people. It just drives me nuts. Even if something is not like for you, like you didn't, you wouldn't necessarily go vegan or try vegan again. Like, it was an experience. It wasn't from another planet. You know what I'm saying? It's the same collard greens and plants and stuff you eat, but cooked to death. Okay? Prepared differently, seasoned well, lovingly prepared, crafted, okay? By a culinary artist. All right? Just don't start acting like you ain't used to nothing. I don't like that. It just drives me crazy. Anyway, the vegan dinner. We're back at the vegan dinner. And the first part is all about this whole Winter and Kevin situation. And I said last week, and it has come full circle this week. Although it did not take a rocket science, what did I say? I said, Winter, every time you bring Kevin up and that situation up, and you dragging Kevin and dragging his unethical behaviors, scamish behaviors, you essentially dragging yourself too. It's no way for you to drag Kevin fully, okay, and expose him in such a graphic way, and you not expose yourself, sis. Like, we're not all dummies. Just because you come wrapped in this particular package and you talk in this very concise and clear and seemingly professional way, and then you also try to pull a Becky on us and get misty-eyed here and there. Like, girl, no, we see it for what it is. We see it for what it is, right? Yeah. And Ashley called her out on it. Let's get into it. Let's run down what we know about the Winter Kevin situation so far. She's a relationship coach who had no idea what kind of relationship she was really in. Okay, we there? Okay, she's a 40-year-old tenderoni with children who thought all the red flags were lipstick swatches. No, those are lipstick swatches. Those aren't red flags. Girl, she got all her own ish, but was not even remotely suspect when a man 20 years her senior don't even have a car. We supposed to act like we don't hear none of this, Winter? We supposed to act like we don't see none of this, huh? Why are you having this conversation? For sympathy? Do you want to retort? Do you want people to reply? Are we all supposed to just gather around you at this point, at this couple's dinner, which you have no purpose, place, in at all? Should we all just gather around and hug on you lovingly and down with Kevin, down with Kevin? No, down with this whole shabacle. Shambacle. Down with this whole shambacle. Okay? Down with this whole story. Down with these diatribes given on top of soapboxes, which are lovingly propped on top of Q-tips. Girl, get down from there before you break your neck, Winter. Ooh. So she talks about the fact that she served him with divorce papers, and you know, she's ready to move on from this conversation. Talking about the man who lies for a living. We talking about the couple that lies for a living. That's what we talking about. We talking about a couple of liars here, Winter. And Kevin's one, and so is his wife, Winter. I said what I said. Okay. Monique has this game that she wants to play. You guys, this fits so well into her personality. The game is not for lazy couples, and she's got all the papers, and she's got it written out, and she's, you know, got it put in a jar, and she comes out with this game. I call it Not for Lazy Couples. I was like, girl, if you don't stay on brand, if you do not stay on brand. But it also spoke to the fact that Monique takes everything as an assignment. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything is an assignment. in marriage, couples, wife, you know what I'm saying? The setup, the perfect setup, how to create the perfect setup, how to fortify and create and fortify and maintain the perfect setup. This is what's in her head. It is an assignment, a class to be passed, right? A grade to be given, to be had. You know, she does it like she's expecting to get some type of medal that says you've accomplished this perfect lifestyle. This level of perfection where everything you do is just perfect. Everything is an assignment with Monique. And listen, all this going on with Winter. Monique want to get back to her party, and she got her mind on Africa. She ain't thinking about the fact that DJ Silver and his wife Ashley ain't never scared, baby. They call Winter out on each and every point, especially Ashley. But DJ Shady jumped in it too. You know, before they got into the game, Winter said, you know, Ashley was calling her out on, you know, you're supposed to be a relationship specialist. I just don't understand this whole relationship specialist thing. And DJ Shady jumped in and said it's kind of specialist. Specialist? It's kind of like a nail tech who ain't never got her nails done, or a hairdresser who ain't never, you know, got her hair done, you know? It was so shady, but it was so true. Child, they ain't never scared. They kept calling her out. And Winter was like, I can speak to a lot of different issues. I'm a mom, and I'm a woman, and I'm a wife, and Ashley was like, yeah, you can talk to a lot of people, but are you helping? I was like, girl, this what was tagging Winter. This is what was tagging Winter, right? She wasn't really being tagged by the fact that her man don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. She didn't feel that sting. That's all on him. That's all on him, right? Child, but when Ashley got the ding in them credentials, baby. Yeah, you talking to him, but are you helping him? Okay, ding. Then Winter was like, well, I mean, what's the definition of success? Is that you complete something and you do it well, you accomplish it, or you don't accomplish it? And Ashley was like, yeah, that is actually the excellent definition of success. Oh, Winter didn't want to talk about this no more. No, baby, no. Why would you bring this up here, girl? Why would you bring this up here? I could see if you was at a dinner with people who've been married multiple times. I could see if you at a dinner with women who have been scammed. You get what I'm saying? And then for you to throw Christianity in there, which really just speaks to your target audience. That's all you're doing, is you're speaking to your target audience, right? A lot of scammers, a lot of shambaclers, you know, okay? People who like to run scams and create debacles, right? Yeah, the church is the perfect breeding ground. You got tons of people who looking for hope, who looking for answers. So anyway, Monique brings out this game Now for Lazy Couples, and she wants to talk about your fantasies, which really is kind of meh. So DJ Quicksilver, I do agree he hijacked the topic and made it what it was, or what he wanted it to be, but also it needed to be hijacked and reworked. Fantasy is one thing. It's going to lead down to this weird sexual road, kind of, so to speak. And also, is it time to be talking like that right now? Like, especially when we get more into the episode and we start talking about friends and who really friends. Like, that wasn't the topic for people who don't know each other. That was the opportunity to get into people's business and their psyche and judge, right? So I like the flip. He did hijack the mic. He did. But thank goodness. It was much more entertaining to talk about your celebrity crushes, which was probably a continuation of a conversation / argument that Silva and Ashley probably have had a million times. Her celebrity crush is John Stamos. Now, they kept saying Uncle Jesse from Full House, Uncle Jesse from Full House. You saying Uncle Jesse from Full House is what's making it weird. Calling him Uncle Jesse is what makes it weird and odd, right? Calling him John Stamos is what makes it make sense. Because John Stamos right now to this day could get it. Okay? Fine. Huh? Good looking. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, he's a cockazoid, but he can't help that. He cannot help. He was born without melanin. But good looking nonetheless, okay? John Stamos, right? Make it clear it up now. Clear it up, DJ Silver, because you trying to be slick. And then his celebrity crush is Rihanna. Oh. That's not overdone at all. I'm with Ashley. You think you got a chance with Rihanna? And you built like a capital H. You know what I'm saying? Helvetica. Bold and underlined. You are the capital H. Okay? Font, Helvetica. Okay? Anyway, it was a cute little conversation. We didn't get to see the rest of that, but at least we get a chance to just absolutely dead this whole winter situation. Meanwhile, Silva and Ashley bouncing off each other like couples do, and Winter in the confessional talking about, I think she got a big ego. Ashley need to calm down. I think she got a big ego. Such a huge ego. You got some nerve too. Now, through this whole situation, Jamie and Erana just watching the whole thing go down. So we see next day, Chris and the family, Chris, Monique, and the family are literally packed, ready to go. And they are off to Africa. So we won't see them anymore after this. Monique, like I said, she wasn't really worried about what was going on between Ashley and Winter because she was and Winter because she was preparing for this trip. So she wasn't really focused on that whole situation at all. And now that they're home and they're there with the kids, they're ready to go, like I said, all packed. And they have great banter with the kids about the trip. You know, they're telling them they're going to sleep with the lions, you know, just to kind of get them excited and scared, you know, and just kind of pick with them. It's a really wonderful, wonderful moment. Monique is trying to get this extra credit point on her assignment, right? By bringing up in front of the children the hush situation, which they already kissed. I'm sorry. Okay, we good. Kiss, done. Right? Why are you bringing it up? Especially right before a trip, girl. I didn't understand that. She brings up the hush situation, but she needed to have a moment to kind of put a pin in this episode for her, right? Remember, she's the center. They're the center couple, right? So she brings up the hush situation, and then it goes to this weird place where, because they, you know, when he tries to speak, she cuts him off, and he doesn't really get to finish his thought completely. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't let it sit. She doesn't let it marinate. So we just get these little glimpses of Chris. And she says hush, and he says, I didn't tell you to shut up. This is the same conversation they had the night before, essentially. You know, where they say things, it's kind of Freudian, but not really. But she wants to be a quantifier. Remember, we talked about her being a right fighter, and she was just like, I said hush, I said hush, I said hush. That's that Alabama. I'm New Jersey. We got to work on our communication. Listen, let me tell you something. Slighting others in conversation instantly turns the conversation hostile. Okay, and when you say that's that Alabama, that's that Alabama, and he's saying in confessional, he thought that hush was a good way to say shut up. He thought it was a good way to do it, right? None of that would have happened at all, Monique, if you would just bring it down 2 notches and not always try to be the right fighter, not always try to have the last word, to quantify. None of that. Hush wouldn't have happened. None of that would have happened. This conversation would be more. You guys could still be riding on that great family joy. We're making memories. This is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience high. Okay? You didn't need to bring this up. Like I said, this is extra credit for her. Because Winter calls and she says, you know, go out there, have a good time, enjoy your family, enjoy the trip, enjoy your husband. This is Winter. And once again, Monique was like, yeah, I'm really excited about enjoying my husband and him enjoying and engaging with us. It's a little slight. It's a little bit more of a slight. Every chance you get, they filming you like this, Monique. You know I'm Team Monique. You know I'm Team Monique, okay? But they filming you like, I don't know if it is or not, but the way it's coming across like you constantly have something negative to say about Chris. Even if you're right, it doesn't need to be said. It doesn't need to be said. Period. You know, if you keep spitting the elephant in the room out of your mouth, girl, oh, don't get me upset. Just bring it back down. I think what bothers me is Chris, he seems genuinely confused, you know, about if what's going on. I'm doing what I think is trying, but it's not trying. This is him in the confessional. He says, I don't know. Is she tired of me? Is she done with me? She just has so many criticism for me. You browbeating him. You browbeating him, right? Where are the accolades? If they don't start filming, you giving him some accolades, giving him some encouragement, you know what I'm saying? Giving him some stars, you know what I mean? You school teacher, professor, and student, Monique, you should have some gold stars in your arsenal that you can put right up there next to Chris's name, okay, and just lift him up a little bit, right? It'd be different if it was balanced, but I'm just saying, I don't know if it is or not. I'm just telling you what I see. And a lot of people say you're not happy with Chris. People say it in my comments. You don't want to be with Chris. I disagree with that. I see y'all in the confessional how you hold on to his hand, and I'm not talking about just laying it on top, okay, like Melania Trump. No, I'm talking about you be holding on to Chris, okay? God knows he's a big mountain of a man. A big mountain of a man. And when I tell you he loved every bit of Monique in her body, he loved every bit of Monique in her body. He don't make no bones about the fact that he loves being with his wife intimately. Like it is all that and a bag of chips, right? I love that about Chris. And Monique, you should love that about him too. I can tell by the way you hold on to your man, huh? The way you hold on to your mountain. But what you need to do is get out of your head, sis. Get out of there, okay? Get out of there. Be more flexible. Just like with the DJ Silver situation, who cares? You guys are playing a game. Everybody's participating, and that's what's important. It's not about staying on program. Get out of your head, girl. Get out of your head. And you need to get that mouth under control. Get it under control, because you're cutting him and you're tearing at him with each little bit of criticism, each little slight. Even though you may think because you're Jersey and he's Alabama, it's not a slight. You didn't mean it like a slight, but it's a slight nonetheless if he feels cut. That's all I'm saying, Monique. That's it. That's all. Chris is confused and Monique is single-mindedly focused. Okay? She doesn't see that he's present. He just needs her to put the scorecard away, okay? And bring him gently into the marvelous light. And the way to do that is recognition. Say it with me, everyone. Recognition. Huh? Recognition. Okay. And we get to see some beautiful photos from the trip and all of that during this. So it's great. And let's move on. We see Winter and Mama Winter. Her mama come over. And this whole scene, like, what are we doing with Winter? What are we doing with Winter? What are we doing with Winter? Like, I mean, Carlos, what are we doing with Winter? What's happening here? She is a walking contradiction. Everything about Winter's energy feels staged to me. Her confessionals feel staged to me. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Put it down below. I'm open. I'm open. I'm prepared to be wrong. Everything about her personality and her energy seems staged. Mom comes over, they sit down. Mom thinks that he misled her. She gave Kevin her approval. You know, this is what he's doing. He's doing all of these gestures that make her feel like he's this white knight. But if your white knight don't have his own horses, I'm not, or armor, I'm just saying, or sword, or, I mean, what? All he had was stories of being a knight. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's a knight who left his knight costume and his horse and his sword in the shop. It's being cleaned. Right? Yeah. He goes, he asks her mom for his, and even though 20 years her senior, a lot of older men are settled down and they've learned and they're good and they make good spouses. All right. Anyway, that's what her mama thought when she gave the permission. And she's saying this was her thought process when she gave the permission. And Winter is just giving us, I mean, we got served the other day. Served? Yes, served. His partners are, you know, suing him for basically embezzlement, misappropriation of company funds. Sure. And then she talked about how she doesn't want them serving her at her door, and her kids answer the door and it's the sheriff, and she doesn't want that for her kids. She doesn't want them to hear about this. First of all, if your kids was first and foremost, Winter, if your kid was at the top of your priority list, okay, if you put your kids before everything else, I promise you would have vetted Kevin better than what you did. This is what I'm saying. The more you talk and try to drag Kevin, you drag you. The more you seem fugazi. The more this conversation about Kevin and all the intricate details, both here and out on the web, seems staged, Winter. It just seems staged. And if you think you're going to come out of this looking like Becky, you know, Karen, I had no idea. You're crazy. Yeah, nuts. This the DMV, boy, girl. Baby. This is the DMV. This Baltimore. Okay, this Baltimore. You finna get called on the carpet, baby. This DC. This DC, okay? Okay, so we see where Ashley meets Erana at the Botox clinic, and they talk about Botox, boobs, and butt. Listen, I'm just saying. Y'all tell me if y'all agree or not. But in the Botox clinic, did Erana look younger than Ashley to me. I'm telling you, it's something. And Ashley admits that she's had a little Botox in her cheeks. She here to get Botox in her armpits, which I was like, "Ooh, I wish I wish I could try something like that." But I'm not taking no poison into my body. I'm not. I don't care who. I'm just not voluntarily. No, no. And I got a choice. No, thank you. But she admits that she's had something in her cheeks. I was like, girl, y'all better get behind these cameras when these folks filming. Let me see what you just shot. I don't know why you don't ask them, because how can we make sure you getting a good film, girl? Because good scene, girl. Because Erana looked like she was so much younger than you, and you 36. I don't know. Okay, all right, that's fine, whatever. So they talk about that, and they talk about the party, and then Ashley runs Winter down, the whole game down, and I do agree with Ashley. I don't agree with her presentation, but I do agree with what she's saying about the situation. And I do agree, if you put it out there, you know people are gonna have opinions about it. Especially when people ask you questions and you say, "Oh no, see, I didn't know because I had never gone to his house because it was COVID." But you married him in COVID. Oh my gosh. Yeah, people gonna call you out. I agree with Ashley. Erana says that she feels like Winter felt attacked. And for her, she's too old for phony-ish. You know, she's not interested in even caring enough about the situation to attack. You know, to think ill of Winter. But she does tell Ashley that she feels like she was a little aggressive. So then we see where Jamie and the Sons go to a place called 9 Rounds, and it's like boxing, and you know, it's 9 rounds of exercise, different exercise. I don't know. It's like circuit training or something. Anyway, we see where Quick and Lil Quick join Jamie and his 2 sons. Before we do that, we're going to talk about the fact that Erana is a runner. Did I tell y'all that? Erana is a runner. And I just don't understand how she running in wigs. Y'all, she must not have a stitch of her own hair. She can't. It's got to be real low. Because at her age, you running in a wig? I don't know. My girlfriend be walking in wigs. I don't know. I can't do it. I'm not saying it can't be done. But yeah, she's a runner. She's run marathons. It's all really great. Her biggest complaint about the dinner was that it was vegan. Again, stop acting like you ain't used to nothing. What Jamie had an issue with at the party, before we go any further, was the fact that it wasn't about what they were serving. It's about what she was serving. Telling his business and putting it out there. He don't like that. He feel like she talked too much. Don't be telling all our business, right? And we going to discover a little bit later on she got her own business while she busy trying to put Jamie on blast. I was like, that's episode 4 though. You keep. She talks to him about the sons. He want to hear all that. Let me and my sons be. They go down to this place 9 rounds, and we also see DJ Silver come, and they're showing the son with the disability. He's legally blind, trying to work out, you know, and the brother being attentive to his brother who needs him to move around the gym safely, and Jamie. It looks like a good setup. He wants Silver to talk to both of the boys and mentor them both in these different ways. He says that his youngest son wants to be a DJ. It don't seem like the son want to be a DJ to me. To me, it seemed like Jamie want the son to be a DJ. That's what it seemed like to me. He don't seem like he's into that. You know what I mean? He might be into music, but differently. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily being a DJ. I could not imagine being in a packed club and I can't see nothing. I couldn't imagine. My hearing would just be on 10, and it's so much noise. It would just, you ain't thinking, Jamie. Anyway, you know, that's a cute little moment. I love how they kept focusing on the fact that he was squeezing his dad's arm, you know, keeping hold of his dad. And I don't know, it was something about that moment. I don't know. It made me emotional. It made me, you know, feel like it was his way of kind of trying to get, I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. What did y'all think about that moment? Okay, so that was a good moment. We get to see Silva talk to little Jamie, and he talks to him about his past. He lost his mom, I think he said at 10. At 18, his dad died. He's been on his own since 18. He got shot at 13. He was paralyzed for 6 months. He's been stabbed. He must have really been out there on them streets. He's been to jail. So it was it was a good Quicksilver moment. And I'm like, yeah, this your wheelhouse. This is your wheelhouse. I can definitely see him doing a lot in terms of the youth. And to me, he seems his strongest there. I focus really on his conversation and not on everything else that I see. So yeah, I'm shout out to Quicksilver, DJ Quicksilver. That was a good conversation. And it seems like, little Jamie already had respect for Quicksilver. His dad says he listens to him all the time on the radio. But also, he's got a similar background. He's gone through some of the things that Jamie is faced with now. And so this was a good conversation. And I loved it. I loved it. Shout out to little Jamie. I am rooting for you. Okay, we see then, lastly, where Winter sets up lunch for 4. She has invited Ashley, Erana, Tasha, who's the hairdresser. Tasha Lyons was Monique's old hairdresser, was there too, and she also was at the vegan dinner party. And so she's got this nose ring. I think she had a ring that night, but now it's a ring and a chain. And I can't remember where that chain is going. Where is it? Is it to the ear? Or, listen. Shout out to people who can wear it. But baby, I'll tell you, something would have been snatched open. A nose, an earlobe, the chin in between. Like, it's too much going on. I just got too much going on to be having a loop here. It's one thing to have a loop here. Okay, it's a little further back out of the way. That loop right here, no ma'am, Pam. And you finna eat? Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Winter done ordered some lukewarm Prosecco. I didn't understand why them glasses was not frosted at all. I was like, these scenes, I don't know. The setup, that party setup we had in episode 1. Now this dinner with this lukewarm Prosecco and So Monique out of town. Winter has decided she gonna invite the 4 of them, and she want to see if they can, build some friendship. If they can get over what happened the other night. No, you sit down with Ashley and y'all talk. Why is Winter and Tasha here? If you wanna just, you feel like Ashley was speaking for all the girls, or I don't know. It was just weird. It seemed indirect, but we trying to shoot a scene. We trying to build a season here, so that's fine. She wants to see if they can be friends. And Ashley's like, friends? First of all, I thought when Erana sat down, she was Ashley. And then when Ashley came in, I thought that was Erana. I thought it was odd that Ashley had that old sweater on. But then I remember last week when she was at dinner with Monique, she had that sweater with them pearls on it. I was like, oh, I'm getting First Lady vibes. That must be Erana. But no, it looked like Ashley. But then when Ashley sat down, I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's Ashley. That's Ashley. And then I kept focusing more on the, I was like, child, y'all with these faces. I don't know what to say about these faces and these middle parts and these appliques on y'all clothing. I don't know, is it a DC thing? Is it Boolamore? Is it a Boolamore thing? I don't know. DMV, like what's the error? What's the error we talking about? Because I was thrown off. Them appliques, they had me all thrown off. And them faces, I don't know. It's kind of like witchery. It just, because you could be looking at the corner of your eye and be like, to Ashley? Arena? Let me move on. Ashley is not feeling it. No new friends. Okay, all right. We not friends. I don't know if we're gonna be friends. We can work on it. We can try, but I'm just saying I'm not that easy. I feel her on it. And her ways are definitely 35, 36. That line in the sand is either this or that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I said what I said, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the way it is. This is what I have read. This is what I believe. This is what I know for sure. And this is what I said. This is my opinion. That's very 35, 36. It's just that the face isn't. Okay. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I know Ashley wouldn't be offended at my opinion because she's been talking about opinions this whole dinner. That was my opinion. This was my opinion. Well, yes, you're right. It was your opinion, but the delivery is what everybody is saying. Even Tasha is saying it was the delivery. Tasha Lyons, who didn't have a lot to say at all at the dinner or here, but when she does speak, she does say, I don't think that it was what you said so much as your delivery. You were coming across like you were, grilling her. And then Erana, who done brought this whole thing about, child, was like, well, I don't know if grilling is the right word. And then in the confessional, Ashley is saying, Tasha, why are you here? Tasha, why are you here? You better be careful. You better be careful because Erykah Badu will have your spot if you ain't careful. So that was really funny. And Winter was just like, well, no, because Winter. Oh, girl. You stop talking about that situation, period. Dead it. Keep trying to quantify. And the more you try to explain, the more dumb you sound, girl. The more foolish you sound. Like I said, Winter gives me staged energy. You guys tell me what you think. It just feels very, very staged. What she's got going on. We see where when they talk about friends, the term friends is very relative. It's very relative. For a lot of people, especially if they've been burned or they've seen other people be burned, they are very reserved with their personal business, with a lot of in-depth conversation, phone calls, emails. Like when we see each other and we cordial until we build upon that, until you give me more to work with. Now, in my case, I feel like that's perfectly acceptable, but I'm not working to be your friend. What I'm working to do is be the best me I can be. And if that resonates with you and you want to be cool, let's be cool. Let's be cool. Let's be cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm Gucci either way, but I'm not auditioning to be called somebody's friend. If you don't like me, you just don't like me. I don't know what to tell you. You're missing out. I don't know what you're missing out on, but trust me, you're missing something. Okay, anywho, listen. It's a relative term. And Winter says, well, you and Erana, who been to the Botox clinic now, she took a shirt off in front of her, right? And did a little do. Yeah. So, she said, you and Erana, you guys friends. They ain't even, Raina ain't never even been to Ashley house, let her tell it. She was like, we working on our friendship. We working on the friendship. We working on building a friendship. I still couldn't be mad at that. Raina was like, okay. And I felt her energy too. But when I found out she hadn't even been to the girl's house, I was like, well, I mean, You couldn't have thought y'all was that close. Couldn't have thought y'all was that close. I'm just saying. So it was an awkward moment. But I still understand what Ashley is saying. I get it. And I feel like that's to be respected. That is to be respected. Essentially, she ain't friends with none of these girls. Essentially, not even Monique. Right? Maybe she got more of a friendship with Monique. Maybe because they've got similar interests and fields of interest and stuff like that. Maybe she is friends with Monique. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all put it down below. Next week looks like it is going to be heated. And I'm here for it. I'd love to know what you guys thought about my feelings about Monique. As well as this whole winter situation. I'd love to know what you guys thought. Please put it down below. I hope you all have a wonderful summer and an amazing holiday. And until next time, honeybees, mwah, mwah, mwah.